So over here in Clovis, California, we're doing a little project here. First thing was the toilet. It was filling too slow. The fill valve was clogged, and so and while we're in there, we can replace the fill valve and then leave everything else like the supply line, and the flapper, which you can't see down in there, but it's a flapper, and then we come back and it's $200 for a service call. So what we opted to do is the fill valve was the main culprit, but to be 100% certain, we give you a new flapper as well. And of course, we're just charging you for the part, nothing for labor on that. So just parts only. And then of course, when we hook up new parts to a toilet tank, we like to put a new supply line. And you don't have to, but if you get a leak and it's your valve that's failing, what happens, and the gasket's missing out of here, it's still attached to the old fill valve, but once they've been compressed for so long, they have a tendency to leak, and you don't want us coming back out working on it. So anyways, that's just a quick explanation of what we've done here. So supply line, this is all right out of the True Value hardware store. So supply line, fluid master, fill valve, and then of course a fluid master flapper, and I'll show you the parts here. So there's the flapper. So it's the 501, and then of course the fill valve is the 400A, and then the supply lines. Anyway, so that's all done. Then you wanted a new shower head on here because you say the water was coming out too fast. So we've got that installed, and you can see. So it's a 1.8 gallon. The old ones are probably 2 to 2.5. Because it was built in the 80s or 90s, 91, and so now a little bit slower flow, so you're not consuming as much water. And so while we're in here, we did replace the cartridge in this faucet as well. They're having trouble with running out of hot water in this side of the home. They have a brand new water heater out in the closet, and they're running out of hot water. So tub shower in both bathrooms. So this is the one on the toward the front of the home, which has the 2 sinks. And what we did is we gave you a new cartridge in there. It's the only thing that we could think it would happen. Now you do have cartridges over here at the sink, and that's where you can get a cross connection. Cross connection is when you have hot and cold water being introduced. So when you turn the faucet on, you go left and right, and it mixes the water for you. When the cartridge fails in these or in a tub shower valve, then the water mixes. You turn it on, the water mixes without even adjusting the handle back and forth. It just goes hot, cold, warm, and you can't get it to stay. So that's the first thing we can do with that. And the reason why is the water heater is brand new, so we just take that right off the list. So brand new cartridge in here, and nothing here yet. So we mentioned that if this doesn't resolve your issue, the hard test you could do is simply shut off the supply lines below these sinks. Shut off all sinks on this side of the home, so that we take these cartridges out of the equation. Then run your shower. You should get a 25-minute shower out of this, and that doesn't include the recovery rate of the water heater. So at 1.8 gallons a minute, about a 25-minute shower, it's about 45 gallons of water, and they got a 40-gallon water heater out there. But as the tank fills with the cold water, the burner comes on, it begins to heat the water again. So first hour recovery rate, I'm going to imagine, is probably 40 gallons to 50 gallons. I'd have to go out to your water heater and look. I didn't install it, so whatever it recovers an hour, keeping in mind, that's all you're going to get out of it. So anyways, we're done in this bathroom, and then I'm going to take a separate video and combine that with any other bathroom when we're done. So we are here in the other hall bath, and tub shower combo, and then single sink in here, and toilet. So this is the one toward the back of the home. And at least I think it's the back of the home. I get lost when I'm inside. Let's take a look real quick. No, frosted window, so I can't see. Anyways, so here, same thing. So this is the side of the house that's the brand new water heater. Both of the bathrooms are on the kids' side of the home. And so cartridge was replaced in here as well. And so that's good. But again, you've got the old Moen Chateau faucets, and that has a cartridge that mixes as well. And so as long as these aren't running, I would think, that should resolve the issue. We can't be 100% certain until you take it for a test drive and see how it performs. And like I say, I would have put a 50-gallon water heater in just because of the number of kids in the home and multiple showers back to back, potentially. Otherwise, you just have to stagger it. But hopefully it resolves. I think this all started with the hot water problem, so the water heater was replaced first. And of course, it was 30 years old, so it was due. But So hopefully this resolves the issue, but like I say, we won't know until the homeowner takes it for test drives and sees how it works. Did replace the shower head as well, and I don't know if I documented in the other bathroom, we put a shower head in there. So first bath, we worked on the toilet, we put in a new flapper, fill valve, and water supply line, and changed the cartridges out in the shower, and put a shower head in. Over here, just the shower head and the cartridge, no work on the toilet, and then we got one more project in the back bathroom working on the toilet. We'll take a video of that, and we'll combine all this when we're done. So last bathroom, master bath, shower, Roman tub, and then over here, toilet. And so this rebuild kit, you know, this one here was just losing water, and so this could be a combination of things. One, you know, if the flapper isn't seated correctly at the bottom, then water escapes and the water keeps filling out of this fill valve. Additionally, the fill valve, when it gets debris up in here or it's old, you know, this is supposed to raise up and then shut off, but it won't shut off all the way, so water keeps dripping through. So as opposed to replacing one, and then you call us later and we come back, it's, you know, it's $125 to replace the flapper by itself. Separate call, $125. Separate call for a, you know, a supply line. I mean, basically it's $95 for a service call just to say hello, and then, you know, $30. So we don't want to do that to you. So we replaced as much as we could. Shut-off valves are yours in both bathrooms. But we put a new supply line on. That way it's not leaking from the old rubber gasket that's failed after we've gone. You know, you call us back and you're not happy. So new supply line, new fill valve, new flapper down below, and we'll adjust this a little bit so it'll fill a little bit further, and make sure that we get enough water in the tank for it to flush correctly. Anyway, so like I said, it's just a $75 charge is normally what we when we're on site. You know, we've already done some work here, so we quoted you $75 to change a fill valve. And that was it. So that's the only charge you're going to see outside of parts, which comes to about $75 as well. So each bathroom you got a fill valve, a flapper, and then a supply line. And so we'll charge you for the parts, and then one service repair. That's it. So you paid for the flapper, we installed it for you. You paid for the supply line, we installed it for you. Same thing in the other bathroom. So, and then of course the discount on the cartridge installations in each bathroom, $225 is what we charge for that. We discounted it to $175 each. That's a $100 discount. So hopefully, you know, that's a good price, and we don't get any bad feedback about that. But anyways, this is flushing correctly, filling correctly, shutting off correctly. Outside of that, this installation is done.